Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. The Capital One Venture X has received yet another nerf, and this time it has to do with the travel portal and how it deals with price matching. This is the second time they have nerfed the card this year, and it makes me think more could be headed our way. But before we get into that, do me a huge favor by hitting the like button down below, subscribing, and turning on notifications for the YouTube algorithm. I come out with videos periodically where I offer unique perspectives on cards that are typically overlooked, so make sure you don't miss any of that. In January, Capital One nerfed the Venture X card by removing Priority Pass restaurants from the list of features. I, for one, prefer restaurants over lounges mainly because food is better and fresher. Restaurants and other experiences like minute suites found in various airports are much more common than lounges and also less likely to be overcrowded. You can also jump from restaurant to restaurant, getting $28 each time you swipe your Priority Pass card, and this feature provided the most value for the Venture X card, and now it's gone. Now, Capital One has nerfed the travel portal and one of its greatest benefits. When Capital One launched the travel portal for travelers with cards like the Capital One Venture X, it offered some novel benefits meant to entice travelers to go through the bank rather than book directly, like price drop protection and price match guarantee. Those benefits were the greatest reason to book through the portal rather than direct. Recently, Capital One quietly updated the terms and conditions to note that it will now issue a travel credit of up to $50 when prices on select flights drop after booking, rather than money back on your card. According to the terms and conditions, travel purchases will be monitored for 10 calendar days, and if the price drops below a certain threshold, which is not mentioned in the terms at all, you will get a travel credit with a maximum of $50. This travel credit can only be used in the travel portal for a future trip, and if the drop is more than $50, you're unfortunately out of luck. This isn't too big of a deal for hotels with free cancellation since you can always cancel and rebook if there is a price drop, but it is a big deal for flights. It just means that you need to strategize more about what flights you book and when to book them, and it's not unlike booking direct. For the price match guarantee, where they are promising they will refund the difference if travelers find a cheaper price on flights, hotels, or other travel expenses through another site, plenty of travelers have run into this kind of thing on the Capital One travel portal where they see a slightly cheaper fare via Google Flights or a third-party savings site. They just submit a claim within 24 hours of booking and have an agent confirm the lower price, and then they get a refund for the difference. Well, not anymore. Those price match refunds will now be paid out in Capital One travel credits too. Let's say you were trying to book a hotel through the travel portal for $500. And let's say that you find that that same room was $400 on the hotel site itself. And this is a fairly common occurrence from what I've seen. Previously, you would submit a claim within 24 hours of booking and get $100 credited back to your card. Now you'll get that difference as a travel credit to put towards a future purchase instead. This is the biggest nerf of the two in my opinion. You are promised a $300 credit to the travel portal. If Capital One marks up the travel portal, your $300 is now worth less. Sure, before it sort of just required a phone call and submitting a claim, but it was an easy way to come out even further ahead when the Capital One travel portal quoted higher prices than other sites. However, I suppose some of you don't really mind getting travel credits, but these two changes are undoubtedly negative changes designed to widen the likely narrow profit margin of this card. The fact that they are nerfing this card yet again seems to give credence to the idea that this card might be too good to be true. Perhaps this card isn't making much money or even losing money for Capital One. I don't think the nerfs are done for this card yet, and it seems genuinely hard to believe that they can turn a profit solely on commissions from the travel portal, swipe fees, and interest. They're giving you $300 in credits, $100 in points, Priority Pass, which is definitely not free, Global Entry, also definitely not free, and all the insurance and protections which likely cost Capital One some amount of money. Basically, we are coming out $5 ahead, but they are definitely coming out much farther behind. Knowing travel agents myself, I can tell you that the margins are slim, and in the case of airlines, there are no commissions at all. Plus, they likely won't make much from interest since the customer that gets this card probably knows how to use credit responsibly to qualify. Plus, the swipe fees are probably given back in the form of points. Therefore, I see 3 potential nerfs coming for this card, and given the recent news, they could be coming sooner rather than later. First, it seems likely that the annual fee is due for a bump of $100 or more. First, that would bring the effective annual fee to be at least equal to that of the regular Venture card, and would also help offset the cost of Priority Pass and other features of this card. More importantly, it would make the card a net positive for Capital One, since right now they are paying you $5 to hold this card. Second, they could remove the anniversary bonus. The bonus does nothing for their bottom line and may even cost them more depending on how much they pay when you transfer their points to partners. The whole point of this card is to incentivize users to use the travel portal, which gets them money from commissions. The annual bonus does not do that. Third, Capital One could remove the free authorized users and instead charge $75 for them, much like the Sapphire Reserve does. This would alleviate much of the cost of Priority Pass, Plaza Premium, and Capital One lounges, which up to this point they've been giving out for free. Right now, the only thing that holds me back from getting this card is the lack of consistent history the card has. It's still a relative newcomer, and we have no idea what Capital One has in store. I don't want to be stuck with a card with nerfed benefits, which as we have seen can be changed at any time without notice. Basically, Capital One needs to show we can trust them to hold to their marketing promises and not just lure us in with a card that's too good to be true, only to pull the rug out from under us. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. If you like this video, I have other videos you can check out using the link in the description down below. Until next time, let's go out there and get some free stuff.